Welcome to This Is Not Legal Advice. I am your host, TINLA, and this is another It's Friday, Am I in Love reading. And I just want to say at the outset, first of all, thank you for joining me. But also, coming into this, I was very anxious and a little hesitant. And I'm just wondering if the person on your mind, audience, is someone who has been restraining him or herself or themselves from you. Maybe they want to reach out, but they haven't contacted you. But let's go ahead and take a look what's going on. What's on the mind of the person on my viewer's mind? All right, we have time. Get a couple more. Okay. Oh, we got quite a few. Okay, so we have time. We have reflection, responsibilities, reminiscing, and mend. So let's see what this is about. So, it seems your person has really, they're caught up in a situation where they made a decision to, I hate to say abandon you in the situation, but it feels like they've left you, like you're not in contact right now. Or if you are, it's in very minimal contact because this person is either in another relationship or is dealing with some kind of person that's like an ex-spouse who is, a very demanding co-parent is what I'm feeling. But this person is really looking back on the times that you guys spent together and really wondering if they made the right decision and kind of, I don't want to say blowing you off, but it really feels like they were somebody who said, you know what, I really don't have time for a romantic relationship right now. Time here. And they're wondering if they made the right choice. They were deflecting and relying on those responsibilities as a reason to not be in a relationship with you. And they're really sitting and thinking on that right now as you're watching this. And they're also thinking about, how do we fix this? Can I fix it? Is it too late to fix it? Is the watcher, you guys, my viewers, are you all moved on here? And let's get one more to see, like, what else would they want here? What else are they thinking? The person on my viewer's mind. Thank you, Collective, by the way, for liking, sharing, subscribing. And whenever this finds you, I hope it has a message for you. If not, just check out another video. All right, we have conversation. So they are looking at mending this through having some kind of conversation, reaching out to you. They're going to tell you the truth about how they feel. I think that before, when they were, they neglected this relationship because they were really blaming it on a family need. Like I said, with this responsibilities card, they were blaming their inability to connect with you or commit to you on some other responsibility, instead of it really being what it is truly about, which it seems like it's some other issue. Can you show me one more on what the real issue is here? What's the real issue, Spirit? Oh, they just throw everything away. Chaser, they don't want to chase anymore. So, maybe they felt like, pardon me, that, you were too eager. And I hate to say it, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, but like, you were ready and you were open to have a relationship, and that freaked them out. They backed off. I'm getting almost like an avoidant personality. And so rather than get involved with you, they deferred to this, oh, I have other responsibilities, I can't get involved in a relationship. But they're reflecting and reminiscing on the times you had. They're wanting to come forward. They're wanting to reveal what really is going on here, have a conversation, and see if there's a way to mend it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look. Is there a way for these people to mend things? So that being said, let's go to tarot. And this is a deck by Ethony Tarot. I love it. It's out of print. I heard that she might have found some other decks that were printed that might be available. I don't know if they still are, but I bought this secondhand, and it's called the Modern Love Tarot. So, Spirit, please tell my audience, what is it that this person specifically wants to say that they're feeling? The Magician, the King of Swords. Okay, one more, please. And the Knight of Swords. So this is somebody who actually wants to come in rather quickly. They're going to tell you that they've actually been thinking about you a lot, manifesting change, hoping that you are going to be willing to actually hear them out, and wanting to, I always see this as, okay, I see this as like the Cleopatra card. So this person maybe is, maybe has dark hair or light eyes. It was very Elizabeth Taylor-ish, or perhaps maybe Egyptian even, or Arabic in some way. I see this King of Swords as like your Amazon delivery guy, but he's delivering the truth. And this person, you know, is ready to ride in real quick and tell you the truth that they have been manifesting some kind of change. I think they're working on themselves, going to therapy perhaps, and trying to assess like what is really going on with them, because I think that they do care about you and the relationship that you had. I really think that they do, but something about them, and I think this is not the first time in their lives, is very avoidant. Can I get some more? Why are they avoidant? Why is this person avoidant? Six of Cups, because they were hurt by a previous relationship. They reminisce, they think about this prior relationship that they had where they were hurt, and so they are putting that on everybody else after them. What are they doing to remedy this, if anything, to deal with this? The Four of Swords, they're recovering. They are actually taking some time to themselves. So while it is avoidant behavior, it seems to me that the person on your mind, collective, is actually at least recognizing that they don't need to be jumping into relationships right now until they're healed from these prior wounds. So even though, again, they want to come in, they want to tell you the truth, they've been manifesting the truth, they're holding themselves back, which is what I said at the beginning of the reading, where I felt like I was being held back, I was being delayed, I was just having a hard time and hesitating. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Four of Cups, look at this. You know, they are... Okay. They are like this woman here on the card here, where everybody else around them is having a good time and they're still stuck on a memory. They're still sitting here wondering, you know, did I do the right thing? Am I too fixated on my history? Did I give my viewer here, you guys, the collective, a chance really to, you know, have a genuine relationship with me? Or, you know, did I shut down prematurely? So let's find out, what is it? How does this person see the viewer right now? How does this person on the viewer's mind see the viewer right now? They see you as the Hangman. They're seeing you in a new light. You know, they're seeing you as somebody who has been patient with them, who has, you know, changed their view on some things in life, and made them maybe want to commit for the first time, or to heal. We'll say to heal. And I think they want to come back to you as a healed individual and not in the same energy they were coming in before, which is why they're kind of holding their horses, if you will, with this Knight of Swords. Even though they know the truth here with that King of Swords, they know what they want, and what they want is you and a genuine relationship with you, but they are definitely holding back. And I'm getting a sense that there is, you know, a reason why they're holding back beyond just, you know, that avoidance. There's something else going on here. There might be a third party. Let's see. Is there a third party involved, Spirit? Is there a third party in some way involved? Okay. King of Swords again. That's the truth. You know, the truth is there is a third party. Okay, well, tell me more. Okay. A Page of Swords. There's a child. There's a child involved somewhere. So like I said earlier, this could be a co-parenting situation that they feel is complicated, or maybe they are the primary residential or a custodial parent that they feel like they can't focus on both, or at least they're using that as an excuse. Okay, what is the next action that they would like to take, ideally? What is their intention toward the viewer once they get out of this energy? Here we go. The Tower. They want things to change. You know, things are changing in their lives. They're having some clarity, some breakthrough moments. Tell me more about the Tower. Thank you. We have the Hermit. So, you know, they are really going within and focusing on themselves and doing some healing here. So they want to effectuate change. They want to make change in their lives. They want to come toward you. And I think they're trying to do the mature thing and not come toward you unless and until they're ready. So what is their next actual action toward my viewer, Spirit? What is the next actual action this person is going to take, if any? The Seven of Pentacles. Look, they want to start something new. They want to plant seeds for the future, right? They are like, you know, they see you as turned away from them. They don't know whether you're going to forgive them for for the way that they left things, or, you know, they don't know if you're going to think that they are just making up excuses. Did they really get help? Are they really better? Is this just another round, the merry-go-round situation here? And I think they're coming to you humbly when they are ready and saying, hey, will you give this another shot with me? What other actions might they take? What other actions might they take? Thank you, Spirit. The Ten of Wands. Like, they're going to tell you, I do have a lot going on. I did have a lot going on, and I think, let's see, so what? You know what? You had a lot going on. We all have a lot going on. What now? How do you expect the viewer to take that? What do you think the viewer is going to say? Page of Wands. I think this is wishful thinking. I think that they think they're going to come in, they're going to plead their case, they're going to say, let's start something new. So sorry, I was so busy before. And you're just going to go, okay, let's live in fantasy land and just pretend everything's okay. Viewer, how else are you going to react to this? How else are you likely to react to this? How are you seeing this? Oh, okay. Hold on, everything was kind of a mess over here. So you're seeing this as the High Priestess, right? You feel like there's a hidden agenda here. There's something that they're not being completely truthful about, so, and I think you're on the money here, because as I said, they're coming in saying, look, I had all these things going on in my life. It was so crazy, blah, blah, blah. That wasn't really what was going on. I'm so sorry. And you're like, no, there's something else going on. Like, what is it really? What is it really? It can't just be that you were busy. We're all busy. Get over it, right? So what is it? Are they going to come clean? Are they going to come clean about the real reasons behind what's going on? I got 2 cards here. The Empress and the 4 of Cups. Yeah. I mean, look, a couple things here. Look, they view you, viewer, as really ideal. They see you as kind, caring, a really perfect partner, and they know that they missed out. And they know they did it because they were cowards. They were cowards. And they were heartbroken about it. I don't think this is something that they wanted to do, consciously. I think this was one of those, subconscious reactions that people have. So, I don't think that they set out to break your heart. Let's see. I don't think their intentions were disingenuous. Spirit, tell me, what were their intentions when they were seeing my viewer previously? Yeah, the Page of Pentacles. They saw you as something new and exciting and, potential, possibility, like something really amazing was out there with you. And what did they hope would happen? Like before the anxiety kicked in, before the fear of commitment and the other things. Look, the Wheel of Fortune. They saw this as a fated connection. Let me just straighten all this out. They saw your relationship as a absolutely fated connection. And that knowledge that you guys would have been so amazing together and had this long-term beautiful connection, that fed into their anxiety. It absolutely fed into their anxiety. And as a result, look, this was them, 9 of Wands. They freaked out. And again, we see the kids in the background. So again, this is very likely somebody who has kids. I'm not saying it's a mandatory thing, but it just seems like there were people, probably kids, could be, friends or other people interfering in their lives. They were just stressing them out. And this was like one more thing that instead of viewing it as a positive thing, it set them back. It set them into like a panic mode where they felt like they just needed to get out of it. So Spirit, just give me a few cards for my viewers on what they can expect in the next, let's say, 2 weeks from this person. Thank you, Spirit. 6 of Swords and the Queen of Cups. This person is going to show you that they've moved on to calmer places. They've been doing some healing, and I think they want you to come with them. With this Queen of Cups, they know you've been hurt. They know that they were the ones who hurt you, and they are really optimistic that you will give them a chance, and I think you will. I mean, it's up to you, of course. The fate, nothing is fixed. The future is not, in stone yet, or at all. So you can make that decision, but I think they're going to come toward you, trying to show you they are changed, they are healed, and you're looking at it very optimistically. At this point, what would the outcome of this be? What would the ultimate outcome be, Spirit, in the next, let's say, 2 weeks? Pardon me. Look, the 10 of Pentacles. That's long-term happiness. I mean, this person wants a long-term relationship with you. This is not just fooling around. And honestly, like I said, I think that's exactly what fed into the anxiety so much, is that they really did see you as someone who could bring peace and stability and long-term commitment to their lives, but they had other obligations and they maybe had been burned in the past, and that just freaked them out even more because they kept thinking, like, what if this doesn't work out? What if I, fall in love again, and then like maybe I get attached and my kids get attached, and just all those things, and they just freaked out. And they're cowards, and they don't want to admit that. They're ashamed of themselves. So if this person could say anything to my viewers right now, what would they say? please don't give up on me. I wish I could fix things between us. So this is definitely somebody that you already know from your past here. I find you incredibly attractive. Well, of course, because you're my viewers, and all my viewers are incredibly attractive and alluring in their own ways. I run away to avoid facing my problems. Can you get more avoidant than that? I mean, really, you just can't. Mental health, that's definitely an issue. Like I said, maybe they're getting some therapy. They're trying to heal and fix those things, those aspects of themselves, and I'm working up the courage to contact you. Again, they're nervous what your reaction is going to be. Can I get one more, please? What would this person say to my viewer? What would this person say to my viewer? I have sexual fantasies about you. So there's definitely a connection here that was very powerful between you. You know it, they know it. And again, I think that was part of what freaked them out. And then this just popped out. You are the first thing on my mind when I wake up in the morning. So if you think that this person is not thinking about you right now, Spirit's saying that's not true. This person definitely still has you on their mind, and you are, you know, an inspiration to them to grow and change and see things from a different perspective. So you can give them a chance. You may not. It's up to you. But just know that this person, they may not be absolutely honest with you at the beginning when they come back to talk to you. Just know it took them a lot of courage to do that. And if they're not telling you the complete truth, it's not because they're trying to deceive you. It's because they're absolutely terrified that you're going to think that they're cowardly, and they don't want you to see them that way. So that is what I have for you on the reading here on It's Friday, My Own Love. I will see you all soon. Thanks for joining. Bye.